Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Happy Tuesday, and we are excited to be with y'all. Good evening, and welcome to another episode of Living in Tampa Live. I am joined by my amazing co-host. I'm excited. We've got an introduction for y'all tonight. We'll get into that shortly, so hold tight. Little cliffhanger there, but we'll get into it. Also, I want to welcome you if you've never been on a Living in Tampa Live with us on Tuesday evenings. We are here every Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. Well, almost every Tuesday. We'll get into that also. But we talk about all things Tampa Bay, what it's like to live here, what it's like to work here, what it's like to play here, the food, the dining, the outdoors, the beaches, and the sunshine. And I do have my amazing co-host with us this evening. Let's get to them. We got Miss Marsha Railton down in Bradenton, Sarasota. Good evening, Marsha.
Hi, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Glad to be here tonight. Excited about our new addition.
Heck yeah. And good evening to you, Marcia. I've got Miss Stacy Amon up in Pasco County, up in Dade City and Wesley Chapel up there.
Yep. Good evening, everyone. Happy to be back.
And the man of the hour, drum roll, please. I even got a rim shot. The man of the hour, we got Mr. Dennis Paulette. Good evening, Dennis. How are you, sir?
Hey, everybody. Doing great. Doing great. Thanks for having me.
Heck yeah. And Dennis is not new to us, but he is new to y'all. And as I said over the last few weeks, I've been kind of teasing that we were going to introduce Dennis to you. Dennis is a member of my team, a member of our team. And Dennis also lives up in Pasco County. Dennis is on the beach, though. That's his side. So Stacy kind of has the eastern quadrant of Pasco County on lockdown, and then Dennis is hanging out over towards the coast there. So Dennis, why don't you tell the audience just briefly, like where you're at, where you're from, just a little bit of background on you, if you don't mind.
Yeah. So I grew up in basically here in Pasco County in Newport Richey, and moved away for a little bit. Been all over the world, but came back home. And I'm excited to serve here I live in Newport Richey, I've lived in Pinellas County, Northern Pinellas, so Tarpon Springs, Palm Harbor, Dunedin. Those are some of my favorite areas in our entire Tampa Bay region, but learning to love East Pasco as well over there with Stacy in Wesley Chapel and all those places. So, yeah.
Awesome. And Dennis is going to hang tonight. You know, he's kind of dipping his toe in the water to like see what's happening over here, just to get comfortable being in front of you guys. He's not afraid of the camera. If you follow him on his social channels, you can see his handle up there. You follow him on his social channels, you'll be able to see a lot of the content Dennis does, and he's in full alignment with how we operate. So that's why he's a great member of the team. He's been with us a while now. Dennis, when did you join the team?
Yeah, I came in January. So
right
this whole year.
Absolutely. Yep. So it's been a blessing to have him. We're grateful to have Dennis as a member of the team, and I want to introduce him to you guys. And let's talk about what we're going to get into this night tonight, y'all. And if you are watching us, we would love to know where you're watching from. A lot of the people who watch this video, our live streams, are usually from somewhere else, but we do have locals watching as well. So we want to say hello to our local family here in Tampa. Happy 813 Day, by the way, just so everybody knows. It's a good day to be in town here. I didn't wear my Tampa Bay shirt. I thought 2 weeks is probably too many, even though I have 3 of the same ones. When I walked in there, I bought 3 orange ones. They didn't have any more gray ones. I'm kind of hurt about it. So I just figured I'd wear that every day for the rest of my life. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, man, happy 813 Day. We're excited to celebrate that with our local family here. And also wherever you're watching from, we'd love to connect with you as well. And also feel free to bring your questions to this live stream. We come with materials every single week, but your questions are really what fuels this channel. Both our weekend videos that we do every Saturday, a lot of those are based upon the questions that we get on the channel, and also on the live streams we take here. And then during these live streams, don't hesitate to ask. If you're interested in a specific community, specific areas, you got questions about life here in Tampa Bay, don't hesitate. That is what this is for. It is for you. We're blessed to show up. Grateful to have you as a community member, and this is an interactive experience, so don't be shy. Let everybody know where you're watching from and what questions you have, and we're happy to get into that. All right, so tonight's video topic, I think our title was Florida ranked second best state in the country to live in. And the last year, the state of Florida has gotten a lot of recognition and a lot of accolades, and Tampa has also. And the thing that I found interesting, if y'all go read our comments on our live stream, you would think that it's not it. The state of Florida is full of nothing but miserable people, and I'm here to tell you that a lot of people are doing that to keep you away. Just so you know, in case you didn't recognize that. Some people don't want to share paradise, and that is okay. Other people are truly upset about it. I can't help that. We can't help that. But the thing I do want you to be aware is while that happens in the state, there are a lot of people outside of the state who love to bag on Florida for, I don't know for what reason, right? People believe that politics rules the world, and it doesn't rule mine. And hopefully it doesn't rule yours either, because there are so many more important things in our lives than what's going on out of whatever's happening in the political environment right now. I'm not saying it doesn't affect our lives at some level, but in my experience, it's been a wonderful, wonderful time here in the state of Florida. Now, having said that, I want to get into some of these the recognition that the state has gotten, because there's been a lot of pushback on this, and I'm using all independent sources tonight. And what I mean by that is, like, everything that I share, first of all, I'm going to put it in the resources down below. Okay, so you guys can go read these articles and check them out. Okay. And then do your own diligence. That's what I tell everybody when it comes to whatever. If you're considering relocating here, due diligence. If you're considering relocating to New York, due diligence. You should be really focused on things that are important to you and your family. It has nothing to do with what we say, right? It also has nothing to do with what anybody else says, okay? Do your diligence. And I'm going to share these resources. And I want to get into like the meat and potatoes behind these headlines, because again, a lot of headlines, people say things, and we want to make sure that we get into the weeds with these comments. Now, the article just came out. Oh, it looks like I got to reset already. Article just came out that Florida was ranked number 2 in terms of best states to live in. Now, this article, let me get a refresh here. Let me share this with y'all. This article came from Yahoo today, and it was from Wallet Hub, but I'm going to share it with everybody so they can check it out. Let's get into it here. Share screen. And this is the one that I wanted to share with everybody. Okay. Real pretty headline here, as everybody can see. It looks super fancy, of course. They always drum it up. Now, this was out of Yahoo today. It said Florida named the second best U.S. state to live in. The study found. I'll get into the specifics. I'm actually going to go over to Wallet Hub specifically with you guys, but here's the headline, right? I always like to read the actual post. Not the headlines are cool, right? They'll run with them and they'll say all kinds of things, but let's get into how they came to this determination, right? Was this bought and paid for by the state of Florida? Who did this? This is my question that I always want to dig into, right? Want to know. So this article actually came from Wallet Hub. So I'm going to go over to that article specifically, and we'll kind of work through this and share it, because I think there's some important things to know. Now, number 1 on this list was Massachusetts, followed by Florida, and then they get in the type of rankings here. All right. And it breaks down how they came to this. It says in this article that they actually had 51 determining factors, but here's the ones that they shared with us. Okay. They gave a total score, the affordability rank, and the lower the number on the affordability scale, the higher, the more affordability you have. So that's an important one. You don't want to be 50. That means you're the most expensive. You actually want to be number 1 if possible. But Florida ranks number 30 in terms of affordability, right? So they're using statistics, right? Cost of living, housing, all of those things go into factors there. So you'll hear people say, you know, Florida's the most expensive place to live. And that's not true. As a matter of fact, we rank 30th. That's what the data says. You know, we can go argue with that all we want. Economic rank, again, this one you want to be at the top, right? You want to be a number 1 if you can. It says that Florida comes in at number 11. I've seen us ranked at number 2. I've seen us ranked at number 1, but this one's given us a number 11. I'm good with that. Let's read it, right? The next one that comes in here is education and healthcare. We rank 24, so we're basically right in the middle of the states here. Quality of life, we rank really high, number 4. Love that. That makes sense. Tracks in my world. And then safety rank, it says we rank number 10. So love that. Love that it got in the weeds. And I want to get a little bit deeper with you guys on this article here. Again, I will post these sources at the end of this live stream in the YouTube video, so you guys can go check this out. If you're joining us late, we're talking about the accolades that Florida has received, but I want to get into why Florida ranks so high in these specific areas. All right. So it says Florida is the second best state to live in, boasting one of the lowest unemployment rates in the country at just 2.9%, which is well below the over 4% we have nationally, along with the sixth most job opportunities per capita. Okay. Great thing to have. It also is the seventh lowest tax rate and the sixth highest median household income growth, making a great place to build and grow wealth. Love this. I just showed a chart this past Saturday that showed that Florida has attracted more people earning over $200,000 a year than any other state. And it's not close, by the way. And they're coming because of the things that this article is pointing it out there. All right, to top things off, Florida is a pretty safe state. It has the ninth most law enforcement employees per capita. I live in Pinellas County. We have a sheriff on every corner. It's pretty awesome. I love it. If you go through my neighborhood, there are 2 Pinellas County sheriff's trucks here, and it is a huge win for me. I will love it, knowing that the kids are running around in a what I feel is a very safe neighborhood. Which has contributed to the 13th lowest violent crime rate and the 15th lowest property crime rate in the country. Love that. So again, I'll post this resource, but this was an article showing the best states to live. Florida came in at number 2. That is fantastic. Love it. Grateful to share. All right. Now here's another reason why this is happening. Okay. And forgive me for the comments here, guys. I'll get back to you in a second. I'm going to read this article, then I'll jump over to the comments. Can't do both things at once here, but the top cities in the U.S. for job seekers in 2024. And wouldn't you have it? Wouldn't you know who's going to show up on this list? None other, of course, than Tampa, Florida. And 4 cities on here are from Florida, which is pretty amazing. Oklahoma City ranked number 1. I found that very interesting. I'm not sure what is driving that there. I didn't read about Oklahoma City, but I found it fascinating. It says the best cities for job seekers have impressive job and wage growth, low competition, and affordable housing prices. In other words, they provide solid employment opportunities and low cost of living. So that's how they came to this determination. Okay, Oklahoma City ranked number 1. Cape Coral, Florida ranked number 2. Jacksonville number 3. Orlando number 4. Tampa number 5. Stop me if you've heard anything about Florida here. Right? Pretty impressive. And then the other places that are booming on this list too, Salt Lake City in 2023, they were number 1 for jobs. So that makes sense. Raleigh, North Carolina, you've got the Tech Triangle up there. And then Greenville, South Carolina is exploding. Greenville, North Carolina, those areas are having a lot of relocation right now. So definitely something to stay focused on and pay attention as well. So just keep that in mind. Again, I'll put these resources in later. So we start with, we're the second best state to live in, according to Wallet Hub. Number 2, we're in the top 5 of jobs seeking cities in the country. Love that. And then this is the one that got everybody sideways. Y'all remember when they posted this? I think it was back in the late April when they first came out with this article, that Florida ranked number 1 for education in the country. People lost their mind. Remember this? They lost their mind. They're like, Florida's the worst. It's trash. And listen, I homeschool my kids. Y'all argue amongst yourselves, right? But again, data, right? So there's a method behind how they went through this, okay? And everybody has to approach this in their own way, okay? Again, education, when it comes to your children's education, it is our responsibility as parents to make sure we set our children up for success. And I'll just share this with you guys. I'm not somebody who believes that it is the school district or the school that my child goes to that is their sole responsibility to educate my child. That is not how this is structured. Okay. Now, do they have a heavy hand in it? Should they have a heavy hand in it? Absolutely. I trust them to do that. But it is my responsibility. It is our responsibility. It takes a community to raise a child. It takes a village, right? So we can't pass the buck there. But either way, we've got to focus on the things that are important to us. What's important to us in how we're raising our children? What's important to us in terms of education for our children? Those are things you're going to have to come to terms with. But Florida's ranked number 1, and they get into the weeds of why, okay? Because this is one of those strong things that people were losing their minds about. And I thought that this was a great article to share. with you guys. It says, in metrics reflecting pre-K through high school, Florida excelled the most in college readiness. Now, this is where it's fascinating to me, like how bent out of shape people got about Florida being recognized as the #1 state for education. Okay, now I'm not here to argue it. I'm just sharing a resource. Okay.
Hey, Juan, we can't see the article you're.
Oh, okay, got it. You got it now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yep.
Sorry, y'all. Thank you. All right. It says, in metrics reflecting pre-K through high school, Florida excelled the most in college readiness. An assessment of the share of 12th graders who scored highly on SAT, ACT, or both, it was number 12 for preschool enrollment in the U.S., was tied alongside of Illinois with a number 19 ranking for high school graduation rate, and was number 21 and number 32 for 8th grade reading and math scores, respectively. Now, again, get into what works for you. Okay. How are you trying to approach your children's future? How are you setting them up? Are you setting them up to become employees? Are you trying to get them to become entrepreneurs? What is it that is important to you and your family? These are the focus, right? So you can know where to point your children in terms of education. And how you approach this. But in here, they've got the charts and the stats of how they went through this. And it shows the rankings based upon these metrics that they talked about. So the 2024 best states rankings saw Florida at the #1 in education category. The state ranked #1 in the higher education subcategory and number 10 for pre-K. So here's where I'm getting to here. Maybe your pre-K or your elementary is super important to you and you want to stay in one area for that. But then you can come to Florida and then you can decide to move them into the programs where they're excelling, which is getting kids ready for college. So if that is important to you as a parent, this is the place to really kind of to keep focused, because that's super important. Okay. So 2 years college graduation rate, Florida ranked #2. All right. 4-year college graduation rate, Florida ranked #2. Now, we can argue the semantics of that all day, but stats don't lie. This is why I was very intrigued to read this article and where it was coming from. Higher education and entertainment, attainment, it said number 25. Debt at graduation, we ranked number 26, so we're kind of in the middle there. Tuition and fees, we ranked #1. College readiness, we ranked number 5. High school graduation, 19. The MAP scores, or I'm sorry, the NAP math scores at number 32. And the NAEP, so whatever that abbreviation is there, reading scores were number 21, and preschool enrollment at number 12. Okay, so again, I'll post these resources in the chat for you guys so you can dig into these, because we get a lot of questions about education, right, guys?
Yes.
And what is the #1 comment that we consistently hear? We hear that Florida's education is what?
Not good.
Bad, not good. These are diplomatic terms we're using on YouTube. Right? It's trash. It's got whatever it is, and that's okay, right? And again, I'm not here to say it's perfect or it's bad. That's not the point. I'm just sharing the resource with you. Do your diligence. Okay, do your diligence. But again, so here we go. Going back through this tonight. Best state to live in. Florida ranked #2 so far this year, which is awesome. Florida is in the top 5 of job-seeking opportunities in the country. We're the 4th hottest job market in the country. We rank #1 in terms of education, which is fantastic. All right, so I wanted to get in the weeds with some of this stuff because there's a lot of information around this. And then this was an interesting one also. I'm going to share this with you too. Most popular markets people are moving to, because this is another question that this is more of a statement that we've been hearing later. I heard your market is going down. I can see your market is going down. Are people not moving there anymore? It looks like Tampa's going down. So we're going to share the data with you, right? So you guys can work through this. But most popular markets people are moving to right now. This article just came out last week. It's a great one. It says, using realtor.com online traffic data. So what does that mean? When you go to realtor.com and you search moving to X, or if you're living in one place and you're searching for Tampa as an example, right? That data gets tracked. Everything you do on a free app. Has anybody ever heard this quote before? whenever something's free, you're the product. That is what's happening when you go to Zillow and Realtor and you put in your information. You're the product, y'all. They're selling your data, right? But here's what's happening here. Using Realtor.com online traffic, we identified markets that received the most buyer interest in the past year. A higher share of online traffic indicates greater interest in homes within that market, suggesting they're more attractive to home buyers. For the past year, New York was the market that received the most home buying interest, where 3.4% of online traffic went to New York. Now, that was interesting to me. I figured it would be more, right, with as many people who live there. But I mean, it's still a huge number. 3% of the entire market share, that's a massive number of online traffic went to New York, followed by Dallas, Texas at 2.7, Chicago, Illinois at 2.6, Miami at 2.5, and our lovely Tampa here at 1.9. So we're ranked in that top 5. It shows regional traffic and where people are moving to. So that's where people were looking. Now I want to show you where they're moving to. So here's the chart. Columbus, Ohio, Knoxville, Louisville, and I did say that right for anybody who's wondering. Detroit, Warren, Dearborn, my old stomping grounds, where my original real estate team still resides. Portland, Maine, which is interesting there. Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater, where we are here. Charleston's blowing up. I knew that was going to be on there. Hartford, and Middleton, Connecticut, and in Asheville, North Carolina, where I just got back from for 3 weeks. So again, lots to love about here in Florida. So if we go through it again, we are just ranked the number one, the second best state to move to, number 1 in education, number 4 in jobs, in one of the top 5 hottest job markets right now for job seekers. We are number 5 in terms of internet traffic for people looking at homes here in Tampa from all over the country. We're number 7 in terms of traffic share and what's going on there. And then here's where the rubber hits the road. Because again, everyone calls. For the last 3 months, I've been taking calls and people are like, hey, I can see your market's going down. Well, let's talk about that. I'm not going to take you over to the MLS because people can think that I'm manipulating the numbers. So let's go to a public source here. Okay. All right. Let me see if we got it. We got the Redfin chart up, y'all.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Okay. So this is the Tampa housing market. This is the Tampa housing market for the last 4 weeks. It says right here, let's read it together. The Tampa housing market is somewhat competitive. Homes in the Tampa receive 2 offers on average and sell in around 25 days. The median sales price of a home in Tampa was $497 last month, up 11.7% over last year. The median sales price per square foot in Tampa is $294, down 3.6% from last year. So at least something good was happening there. But I want to show this chart because I don't know any other way to help people understand what's happening other than show them the truth. And then you have to wrap your mind around what's happening there objectively, because we're getting downward pressure on pricing, y'all, but the market is still continuing to fight back because of the things that I started with here tonight. Mm-hmm. The demand of Tampa. People still want to move here, and they are moving here in droves still. Okay. That's keeping these elevated prices up. It's keeping pressure on the housing market, even though inventory is up. There is more inventory. We are back to pre-pandemic levels of inventory here in the greater Tampa Bay area. I'm the first to share that with you guys all the time. But what hasn't happened is the demand of the relocation buyers is still coming. And until that migration stops, you're going to continue to see pressure on pricing, keeping it at these elevated levels. Now, July is typically the peak of the summer selling season. We should see prices start to drop. If you go back and look at the last 5 years charts, you'll see the up and the down. Here's July of 2022, then it comes down, right? Then you go out to July of 2024, and actually of 2023, and August of 23 was actually the peak last year. But then you saw a pretty dramatic downfall. This is normal. That's cyclical in real estate. The spring summer selling season starts typically in April and ends right around June or July and August, because that's when the kids go back to school. Most families stop moving then, right? So just looking at these markets, just make sure you keep your eye on it, because if you're hoping for prices to go down, they should start going down now. That's normal. That's cyclical. We should see it. Are we going to see a major correction? I don't know. And it's looking more and more like the Federal Reserve is going to cut rates not only 25 basis points, but we could see at least 50 basis points by the end of the year, which would continue to put downward pressure on the interest rates as well. And just to give you guys a quick insight, mortgage rates have dropped dramatically in the last month. We're down almost 1.5 points. And from our peak this year, which was in April, we are at 7.44, 7.5% roughly for the 30-year fixed. And now we are all the way down to 6.52. So we're down a good full percentage point. And we are seeing interest rates from builders in the 4.5s right now on hot deals and that mid 5s on other ones. So affordability is starting to come into play in new construction in Tampa Bay. So keep your eyes peeled. They're giving heavy incentives because again, the sales are slowing down. And there is going to be more downward pressure on pricing, but the builders still have to build. They bought all that land and they invested in it a long time ago. They got to keep those properties going. So keep that up. All right. And then going back to just really quick, talking about the prices again, number of homes sold, that is down. And we've been in a recession of housing sales for 2 years. So that's not out of the ordinary here. But the days on market is starting to plummet again. All right. So as we look at this is the thing. Like we had days on market going up in May, but they've really dropped off over the last month and a half. I'm intrigued to see when this data comes out at the end of usually next week, we'll get that data here and they'll share it with you live. But 98% of list price, that's down year over year, but that is actually trending up. Let me show you. It's just a little bit, but we were down to like 97.8 or 97.7, but it's now starting to tick back up. And you can see that because prices are going up again too. So just keep that in mind also. Some good information I wanted to share with everybody. Hey, if you're just joining us, welcome to Living in Tampa Live. I'm happy to connect with you guys. Let us know where you're watching from. Ignore the trolls in the comments section. They're my favorite. Yeah, I've made invites to them to show up on the lives, but they don't make it. Keyboard cowboys are some of my favorite. And if that's you, God bless you. You know, I'll pray for you. Everybody's heart needs some love from time to time. So I'm here to do that. Good evening, Caps. We got Caps from Long Island. Let's say hello. What is up, Caps? Happy to say hello to you tonight. Love that. Who else we got in here? We've got Escaline. Love that. Good evening from Valrico. Best decision I ever made. Yes, Valrico is beautiful, y'all. If you did not know that, it's awesome. All right. Let me see here. What does Scott have to say? Good evening, Scott. Thanks for the comment and the question. I appreciate that. I think more people are trying to leave New York rather than moving. Yeah, the net migration numbers in New York are negative. You can go look that up. I'll pull that chart and I'll put it in the resources too, so you guys can see that. Moving to New York, but your point is well taken. On that note, good evening from Bethlehem, New York. Good evening, Bethlehem. Love that. All right. Let me see here. As Carlene says, compared to New York and New Jersey, is cheap as hell there. Go up there and tell me. I know the numbers. We see the numbers nationally. I know what you guys are paying. Jersey is still paying. There's still multiple offer market up there. It's nuts, man. And we're in a network of agents where we share what's happening in our marketplace. And y'all still have a crazy market in New Jersey. So we'll pray for you guys. Keep your head on straight. Love that. Let me see here. Escaline says $200K for a reason because it's crazy expensive, but who's making that? Not many. Well, crazy part is there are a lot of people making that and they're relocating to the state. That's where we were getting with that. It's interesting because I remember when I was young, man, and I couldn't wrap my mind around how people made that kind of money. And then I moved to Florida. And then I got a real wake-up call about how the people make crazy money here. You know, they make crazy money. It's fascinating to me. All right. Cap says, I'm done with the cold in New York. I am also. I agree. All right, Florida Rocks. Let me see here. I'm just going through these comments. I want to make sure we're good. Okay. Marcia, you want to take that one? What does it say?
Sure. I grew up in New York area and lived in New Jersey. I don't know what they telling, but they're lying to you. There's no jobs up north.
Well, I'm assuming they're in New York City, but I don't know. Most I mean, Northern Jersey is Central Jersey too, Escarline. And again, I don't live there, so I don't know how long it takes. But the clients that were relocating the area here that are coming from that area, they're working in the city and living in Jersey. That's what we typically see. Is that fair to say, ladies? Out of most of the people we've spoke to from New Jersey, same thing for you, Dennis, right?
Yeah. Either that or they're retired. I guess the ones I've had, a lot of them are retiring, but you're right. They don't live and work in the city. They live outside and, take the train or whatever into the city.
Yep. Absolutely. All right.
We did have one client recently, a young family. They lived in the city. They were trying to get out something more affordable.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. Chris, what's up, my man?
Hi, Chris.
Hi. Stacey, what do you have to say?
Hey, team. I hope you guys are doing great. I'm a few minutes late today due to the crazy traffic, 2 hours to drive to my 36 miles home today.
Holy
Wow.
cow, man. What accident took
Yeah.
place today that we missed? Yeah, something's pretty serious because that drive is usually not nearly that difficult. I'm sorry, my man. I'm sorry you had such a rough day. Somebody needs to send Chris a beer, please.
Well, if we were doing our live at a local restaurant, we could have invited him over. And we
That's
could have
right.
You
You did call me out for that. I appreciate that.
Dennis, we're trying to get Juan to have us host one of these at a restaurant so we can eat while we're chatting.
Hey, that sounds like a good idea.
Because we talk about food so often.
We do talk about food. I'm sure we're going to talk about food tonight, too. So
I can't imagine that Juan talks about food.
I was going to say, wait a minute, Juan talks about food. I don't think Marsha and I talk about food.
Yeah, absolutely. I do. I do. Marsha, who do we have on
Oh,
screen?
Stephanie. Haha. Nothing but love here. Always appreciate your insights. Hi, Stephanie.
What's up, Stephanie? Say hello to Dom for me. I haven't got any memes today. Tell him I'm upset. I'm hurt. All right,
He's
Cap
taking
says.
the day off.
What's that, Marsha? Go ahead.
Dom took the day off from
He did.
entertaining you.
Which means he's busy with work. That's really what that means. Cap says, I scheduled a call on Friday with the team. Awesome, Caps. Thank you. And for those of you who are watching, if you are buying, selling, or relocating here in the greater Tampa Bay area, reach out to us. We are here. You can, all of our contact information is in the contact or in the description below. And then I'll also put on the screen because I totally forgot to do that. That cell phone number goes directly to this phone right here. This is the bat phone. You got access to it. And there's also a link to my calendar where you can schedule that call that Caps is talking about. So we are happy to connect with y'all. That's great news. Awesome. Chris says, yes, please. Do you want a beer or is it bourbon? You gotta tell, 2 hours is a rough drive, man. That's rough sledding right there. You let me know what you need, brother. I got you covered. Love that. Desiree says she'll fly down for the restaurant show. Heck yeah, let's do it, man. Let's do it. Stephanie says I will let him know. Yeah, man. I tell him to stop pretending like he's working. I haven't got any memes today. I'm upset about it. That's hilarious. What does Chris say here? Go ahead, Stacey.
I can personally testify that this team is an amazing team. I highly recommend them.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Love
Chris.
that.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, my brother. That means a lot coming from you. And Stephanie says the same. She seconds that. That's awesome. Okay. Y'all, if you have questions, if you're watching this live stream with us and you have questions, please don't hesitate to put them in the chat. All right. We'll answer all legitimate questions. Same thing goes for the comments after. Again, I will put all the resources that we pointed to tonight down in the chat below as well. That way you have access to them. But we really love taking your questions. So don't hesitate to shout out whatever your question is. If you got a question about a specific community, construction, pre-owned, all that stuff, we're here to help. Community questions, best restaurants, that's what we do on the show. We love it. And right now, we're going to head over let's head down to Bradenton, Sarasota, and see what Miss Marsha's got going on there real quick. And I know she's got a hot deal that she wants to talk about, number one. And then she's got a restaurant. Speaking of restaurants,
I have
let's
a few
go to the restaurant.
tonight. My deal of the week which I choose this one a lot because they have great deals, and it is one of my favorite new construction builders. It's Homes by West Bay, and the deal of the week is in Star Farms. They have a home that's ready right now for $699,990. It's a gorgeous 3-bedroom, 3-bath with a den, and has 2-car garage. The square footage on it is 2,135 square feet. It features 16-foot pocket sliders, which I like the way Homes by West Bay really focuses on that in their living room. So when you walk in the house, the first thing you see is the backyard or the pool, which is what homes focus on in Florida, is their backyard more than their front. So that's great. They have this home has a tankless gas water heater, and it also has 8-foot interior doors. So this is the home one showing you right
Sandpiper,
here.
is that the model, Marcia? Just to
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Yep. It's a Sandpiper.
Yep.
So, and that's in Star Farms in Lakewood Ranch. It's a very cool community with tons of amenities, and they have several builders in that community, which is unusual for Lakewood Ranch. But I was just there today, as a matter of fact, visiting with Chris, the sales agent that I work with frequently there. And it was funny because when I walked in, he was on the phone. And so I waited for him. And when he got off, he was on the phone with a client I had brought there that is building home there. So it was funny. It was a big coincidence that is who he was talking to. So that was cool.
That's awesome. Stephanie dropped a comment there, Marcia. What did she say?
The Jason Tatum house was Homes by West Bay. We really liked the floor plans. Awesome. Send them to me so I can see them. I also stopped by Sweetwater today in Lakewood Ranch. This community is right next to Star Farms, and it's an MI home community. It's very impressive. Their amenity center is gorgeous. They have a resort-style pool and pavilion, clubhouse, and a social hall. They have a playground, a festival lawn, an amphitheater, fitness studio, pump track, basketball courts, and pickle courts. So they have lots to offer in the amenities. And then the sales rep was sharing with me that they have a lot of incentives right now. So if you build there, their incentive is $30,000 towards design studio upgrades and $10,000 towards closing costs if you use their in-house
Nice.
mortgage company, which was great. And their HOA fees in there are like $250. That's around. It depends on the size house, but their lots are either 30. Let me see. It's 130 by 52 or 130 by 62. So they have pretty big lots there, and lots to offer. Oh, another thing at Sweetwater is they have villas. So they're going to have 168 villas in total and over 300 homes, single family homes there. So that's a great community. It's new on the top northeast side of Lakewood Ranch. Great schools in that area. You go right to the schools are right in Lakewood Ranch, so you don't go far, elementary through high school.
That really is. Star Farms is a unique community.
Yeah, and Sweetwater is right next to it. It's on the same road. It's up real close to State Road 64, so it's easy to get over to I-75, close to Costco and the marketplace at Heritage Harbor, which is that growing shopping center close to I-75. It currently has Costco, and they just built a sporting goods store. I think it's called Academy. And they're putting in a Hobby Lobby there, a Whole Foods, a Target, so in lots of little shops. So that's going to be awesome. I'm excited about it.
Yeah. It's hard to find a community that's comparable to that.
Yeah.
And that shopping's right over here where Marcia's talking about, so you guys can kind of wrap your mind around.
Yeah.
Right at the 64 there. Don't mind my childhood crayon drawing right now.
And then since you have the map pulled up, if you want to show one where Bradenton is compared to that, like downtown Bradenton, because they are adding a good liquid brewing company is opening another restaurant in downtown Bradenton. They have one in Waterside. They're opening up one in Parrish on 301, probably this either August or September. And then the Good Liquid going downtown Bradenton is going to be November, December when they open up. But awesome. It's a really good brewery, and the food is delicious as well. So I'm excited. They keep adding more restaurants to downtown Bradenton. You know, one of my favorite restaurants here is in downtown, and then they just added that Taverna Toscana that we talked about last week, the Italian steakhouse. So things are happening in downtown Bradenton.
Marcia, how is the pizza over at Good Liquid?
Believe it or not, I haven't had their pizza. I had their fish tacos. But they do. I did read that they have pizza, so I am going to have to try it. But I'm excited about it. They're putting it right on Main Street in downtown, so there's going to be it just seems like they're really focusing on bringing more good restaurants to downtown, which I love because you're right on the river. There's a beautiful, huge marina there. It's just, I love downtown Bradenton. I think it's a hidden gem, and I love going there. So
love it.
I'm excited.
Bennett, what is the best pizza in West Pasco that you've had so far?
Well, there's different kinds of pizzas, so it's hard to say. Like if you want New York pizza, or if you want Chicago pizza, or if you want Florida
What's
pizza.
What's your go-to?
We go to a restaurant called Tazo Italiano, which is a friend of ours. He owns an Italian restaurant right here in Newport Richey. So got to get his pizza. He just brought pizza back, which was a huge thing. He had it for a while, then stopped, and then brought it back. So it's a good place.
Okay, cool. Good share. Love it. Marcia, I know you had some stuff planned for MI Homes too, which I know that Stacy is also fond of. So where do you want to take us? What do you want to show us tonight about MI Homes?
I talked about MI Homes with Sweetwater when I went over the Sweetwater community.
Got it. I love their amenity center. Where's their photo? I want to show you.
Yeah. I think I put it in there for you. Yeah,
there it is.
Isn't it beautiful?
It is. That's gorgeous, man. I love that.
The interior is really pretty too.
How's the fitness center there?
Very nice. It's large.
Really good job.
Yeah. And they have, I'm trying to see in that picture to the right of the building, you'll see like a area that's
here.
Yeah, the amphitheater. That's
there's. I know these photos are kind of hard to do it. There's a pump track here, BMX, which is that's bananas. I have not seen one of those. Bexley has one, but for mountain biking.
Oh, North River Ranch has one too. They're just putting it in at Wild Leaf.
That's great. There's an amphitheater here, guys, that you can't see. That it's actually natural, so that's turf there, which is great. There's a pump track here for BMX, which is awesome. You got the basketball court here, but what you don't see is it looks like this is a court for handball because that wall is paved and there's a line on it. And then, of course, you got the tennis courts here as well. I'm sure there's pickleball hiding in here as well. So
yeah,
fascinating.
Yeah, they do have both tennis and pickleball and a dog park and much more. Yeah, it's a beautiful community.
Amenities are crazy there. That's the one thing, man. We just have the nicest amenities here. They make it very hard to say no when you walk into these new communities because you're like, that's what comes with my HOA. Like, okay, I guess.
Yeah, and they're all Sweetwater's all maintained the outside. So I think I had said the HOA fees are around $250 to $270, and that includes the maintenance of
grounds. They do the lawn.
Yeah,
that's what I mean when we have clients that are not sure if they want to do Lakewood Ranch or Wesley Chapel, and they go to Lakewood Ranch first. I'm like, oh, I can't compare. They get their lawn taken care of.
They do get their lawn taken care of. So listen, $250 a month to have all of that and your lawn done. That's stupid money. I'm telling you.
That's
right now.
what I'm saying. Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
That's like every 3 days in the summer.
Dude, that's unbelievable. All right, Marcia, you got me.
Yeah, they have good floor plans too.
Yeah.
So yeah, lots going on in Lakewood Ranch and Sarasota and Manatee. I'm
That's
in a great part of the world. I'm excited.
Absolutely. I love it. Love it. Great share, Marcia. Thank you for bringing all that wonderful information. Y'all, we'll put the resource links in. If you want to know more about these new homes, reach out to us. That I believe Caps reached out to me because she was asking questions about what was happening with new construction. And there are important things to note. It's not as simple as you go into a builder's office and you get a contract signed. There can be challenges.
Yeah.
We've got clients right now that have faced some challenges. We've been able to overcome them. And the one working on now wasn't the builder's fault that we're aware of. But Stacy went to work as a detective, got things squared away for our client, and I'm very happy that we were able to overcome that. But you know, when it comes to buying and selling real estate, like you can do it. No one's like you're not required to hire representation to do it, man. But you know, I'm not buying and selling portfolios, and I'm not buying and selling businesses without having somebody looking over my shoulder. So we're here to help if you guys want that help. Happy to do it. We love serving. So far this year, since the kind gentleman asked earlier how things are going, as of today, we have actually helped more people move. Or I'm sorry, as of today, we've helped as many people move so far in 2024 as we did all of 2023. So I just want to give a shout out to these guys right here. My team that is sitting in front of you right now, because to be able to say that is unbelievable. So when real estate has, like I said before, real estate essentially has been in a recession for 2 years in terms of the amount of homes that have sold across the country. Obviously here in Tampa, the demand has been much higher. But to be able to serve as many families as we have is just an incredible feat. So thank you all. You guys are incredible. And thank you to the audience and our clients who have trusted us so far this year. We love and appreciate you guys way more than you can ever imagine. And we are continually blessed by those meetings, the conversations, and the opportunity to serve. So if you want that, let us know. Contact information is scrolling across the screen there. So don't hesitate to reach out. All right, let's see. We got some questions. I want to jump into those before we hop over to Stacy. Desiree says, what did she say there, Stacy?
What's the common size of a villa? I'm looking for a smaller house since it's just me.
Great question.
I'd say like 1,500 square feet.
15 to 18 of
the villas that I just talked about at Sweetwater, there's one floor plan 1,452 and one 1,671, but they both are 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and a den and a 2-car garage. Nice. I love villas. I think they're a great option for a single person or a couple that just winters here or just wants to downsize. It's just a great option.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you'll be surprised how the feeling of a villa, you would think that it's small, but you don't really get that feeling when you walk in. It does feel very open. And I like how they've added offices to those and not just the bedrooms. So yeah.
I do too.
Marcia, the website I think says that they're offering like a 4.85 on some of those properties there. They're the interest rate. Yeah. 4.875, y'all. That's dude.
Yeah.
Those rates are great. Oh my God, that's a good rate.
Yeah, okay. And they're starting right now. The prices for the villas start at like $419, and they go up from there. But that's a great price for that big of a home. And the cool thing is they take care of the exterior, meaning the painting, the roof, all of that. So I don't think I have the HOA fees for the villas. Let me look and see.
We can track it down. Stephanie says, I pay $150 a month for a 17-year-old kid to cut my grass in St. Louis. And there's definitely not a clubhouse and a tennis court.
Exactly. The HOA fee on that was $264. Okay. So that's awesome.
So for $260, they're doing it all.
Yeah.
Sign me up. Sign me up. That's fantastic. That's awesome. All right. Scott's got another comment here. Go ahead, Dennis. What does Scott have to say?
It says, I want to spend a month-long working vacation down there before picking a neighborhood or area, considering a next fall-ish move. What month would choice considering the time the whole process takes?
What month would we choose? Oh, good question. Let me ask you this. All right, so you said fall-ish when he wants to be down here, right? All right, so considering a next fallish move. If you're going to build, Scott, you're going to want to be down here at least 6 months. Give yourself 10 to 12 if you're going to do like a semi-custom, like Homes by West Bay, MI Homes, Taylor Morrison, those types of builders. You're going to be that 10 to 14 month range is probably a safe bet. You can get it done sooner. A hot deal, they sell those in 30 to 90 days typically, but you want to give yourself enough time. So my recommendation is if you're considering doing that, try to a year ahead. Is a pretty good time frame to kind of get your wits about you. And if you come in the fall, it's a great time anyways. Come after November. October can still be, we still have that. We're in that in-between land of like getting out of summer and moving into fall. So we can still have some warm, humid days. If you want the best of what Florida has to offer, come after the second week in November. And
he's got another comment there. I want to feel the summer heat to make sure I like it.
Oh, then get your butt down here now. Like it. Now this is it, man. Like we're in summer senior. There's a joke. If you guys don't follow OMG, it's Wix. You should. He's on social media. Is great. He's one of the best. He's got these characters he plays, and he's got Summer Junior, which usually shows up right around April, and then Summer Senior shows up in July. And Summer Senior brings his sidekick, Super Humidity, and they usually hang with us until September. Man, like that's the time frame when people up north, because I remember used to come see my father-in-law, and like thinking I was going to get reprieve because it was starting to cool up north, and we would get down here, but it's hot, like hot. So August and September are our hottest months. There's no doubt about that. We average over 90 degrees. So that's a great time to come get kicked in the pants, if you will, right, to get educated. After that, it starts to chill out. But those are the months, July, August, September. That is when Summer Senior is in full effect and Super Humidity is with him. And then Summer Junior's kind of on the bookends of both of those. Hopefully that helps, Scott. And feel free to connect with us, man. Reach out. Shoot us an email. We're happy to have a conversation about what that looks like and help give you some guidance, give you clarity on what you're trying to accomplish. We're here to serve, man. So thanks. Steven says, what do you say?
Big summer's here.
That's right. Absolutely. Steven is right. There is no doubt about that. Summer Senior is in full effect. Denise is in the house. What's up, Denise?
Hello, Denise.
She's so excited. She's going to be here so soon. I'm excited for her.
Yeah.
I'm excited
Be a
for her.
Floridian before she knows it.
That's right. Desiree has something at Scott. Go in the summer to make sure. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that too. There is no, if you're afraid of the weather, like meaning the heat, you got to come July, August, September. Like that is, you will know what it is like to be a Floridian. If you can get through that, you can get through anything. There's no doubt about it. All right. Crystal says, hi from Ohio. Love your videos, Juan. Thank you. That is because of them. They allow me to make these videos for y'all. So we appreciate that. My family has spent years vacationing in St. Pete. Our grandparents are snowbirds. For those of you who don't know what a snowbird is, that is someone who travels south for the winter. All right. And our countdown to our preeminent move is on. Congratulations. I love it. Let's see. She's got more. It says 2 to 3 years till our youngest is done with school, and we'll be in touch with your team for sure. Well, thank you, Crystal. We appreciate the vote of confidence there. Love that. All right. Stacy, you want to take this one?
Hi, everyone. Love all the information you put on a weekly basis. Just curious about how North River Ranch did during the storm last week. Any flooding or problems that you are aware of?
Awesome. Marcia, you were there, right?
Yeah, no, not that I know of. There wasn't any.
Yeah, we got asked last week.
Flooding, like there was flooding in streets, like there was here too, but it didn't flood into houses. As far as I know, I haven't heard any reports of that.
Who is our client that we're building a house over there with that asked?
Brian. Brian and Debbie.
Yeah. How's my house?
Yeah, is my house floating or something? They said last week. That was hilarious.
No, it was good. They've got really good deals on villas over there too. Last time I said I was going out there, they sold the house the next morning when I went. But I want to give you guys this real quick. Let me find it, because Joe over there is my hookup at the sales team. And we were just talking about villas, Marcia. So I wanted to give some insights on this too, because Desiree asked about it. He says, I got another quick movement, Juan. It's a paired villa on home. He gave me the home site. It was a 2-bed, 2-bath plus a den, 2-car garage, $40,000 in total upgrades, moving in 30 days, $389,900. $25,000 price incentive already applied, and the interest rate was 4.25%.
Wow. That's a
Does
hot
it
deal.
say how many square feet that one is, Juan?
Yeah, it's where was it? 1,530 square feet. I thought I said that. Forgive me. So right in that wheelhouse, Desiree.
Yeah.
So 1,530 square feet, $389,990. That's in North River Ranch at 4.25%.
Yeah, and that's Neil Communities, and I really like it. Their villa floor plan is one of my favorites.
Yep.
Like Stacy was saying earlier, you're surprised by how big a villa feels, and I think theirs is. It feels wider than most, and it's just a very open feeling. It doesn't feel like you're in a tunnel. It's just very wide and open.
It felt like a real house.
Yes, they do.
It felt like a house. And I really liked how their floor plan was built there, Marcia. I remember when you took me there the first time, and because I'm not a huge villa, like that isn't my thing. I got 3 kids and a 95-pound Doberman. That's not really like my mind. I can't even wrap my mind around it, right? But when we walked in that house, I could not tell I was in a villa. It was really well done. And I like that model a lot. So that's a good deal, y'all. If you want more information on it, reach out to me directly. I'm happy to get that to you. Scott says, my daughter goes to school in Miami, so I've felt it, but not for a long duration. Yeah, you definitely want to come check it out. A month will tell you, man. Like, again, when you're on vacation, you can kind of do anything. I think most people have that mindset, but in a month, like if you're not built for the heat, you'll know. That is for sure. All right, what do we got here? Marcia, you take this one. Rocky Top.
Tough the heat out for a year or two and you'll acclimate. I can't stand the cold now after living in Florida for 6 years.
My people.
I'm with you. I usually sit in my office with the blanket on my lap. That's how it's just, you get used to being warm. And so even sitting in air conditioning can feel too cold.
Yep. That's funny. We're coming up on our 6th anniversary as well, Rocky Top. So it'll be 6 years for us in December. And dude, I agree. My wife's trying to get me to go up north for the holidays, and I am like, I don't want any part of it. Like, at all.
My kids bring that up once in a while too. They want to go up for Christmas to Michigan. I'm like, you guys can go. I'm not going up there anymore in the cold.
I've reached curmudgeon phase, Marcia. I'm proud of me for finally getting there. I love that. All right, let's see here. Okay. Denise Hunt says, hi all. Thanks for the news about the Costco complex. I'm finally moving into my home at their Amberley Villas in Bradenton in November and didn't know about it. All of those stores coming there. She is excited.
Oh, good.
Absolutely like that.
Well, surprise.
Surprise. There you go. Derek says, just wait until you experience an 80-degree humid morning before the sun. Dude, it's 80 degrees at 2:30 in the morning still. I mean, like that is what's happening in summer. Derek is not wrong. I remember our first summer here and walking outside, because I used to go to the gym at 5:30 in the morning. As you can tell, I am no longer in that phase. But I used to go to the gym at 5:30 in the morning when we first moved here. And I remember walking out to my car at 5:25 or whatever it was, and the layer of dew on top of my automobile was something to behold. And it was like 82 degrees and the humidity was already at like 85%. I'm like, what is happening right now? It was definitely an adjustment. But to Rocky Top's point, you get over it quick. I went for my walk today. I walked 3.5 miles today at 2:30 p.m., which is peak UV index. And it was hot. It was hot, but I did because, like, if I'm gonna suffer, I'm just gonna get it all in. Like, that's my mindset. I'm like, just get it all, right? So I'll feel you on that. All right, Marcia, this one's you.
Rocky Top says, if you wear glasses, your glasses will fog up immediately every time you walk outside during the summer. Very true.
Facts.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Happens all the time.
So does your phone. So when I get out of a car to take video for you guys every Saturday, I have to wait 5 minutes outside first, start sweating, so the phone, so the camera lenses will defrost. It's nuts. Crazy how that works. All right.
Even if you wipe it off, it comes back on.
That's right. It does. It comes right back on, and it's all hazy. Looks like a Lifetime movie, which is super funny. Mallory says, "Hi, I'm moving to the Tampa Bay area in January to rent for about a year or two. What neighborhoods would you recommend near St. Petersburg for someone in their mid to late 20s?" Oh, St. Pete is an awesome city to live in. What I would say is try to live as close to downtown as possible, Mallory. Be mindful of things on the south side of the city. Definitely some rougher areas down there. But if you can get anywhere in downtown St. Pete, so like 5th Avenue South to 5th Avenue North to about, I mean, shoot, you can go all the way down to 30th Avenue. Anywhere in there is awesome. You're going to find really, really nice places to live. Definitely worth checking out. So great question. Hopefully that helps. Wish we had more information on apartments. We just don't focus there at all, but awesome. Y'all, I love connecting with you guys. Thank you for all the amazing questions you have. Again, if you're considering relocating the area, our contact information is on the screen. It will be in the description down below. I'll put all of the links to all the resources you saw today in the video after it closes out. That way you guys have access to it. John says near 4th Street is good. I agree. Definitely can't go wrong there. Near downtown. So feel free to connect with us there. There's a link to my calendar in that description afterwards as well. There's a link to my calendar on our website. Our email information's there. My phone number's on the screen. However, you guys got to get hold of us. Dennis, it was awesome spending time with you. Let's give Dennis a big round of applause for hanging with us.
Thanks, guys.
I know he's chomping at the bit to deliver some content too, because he's a great content creator, and I'm excited to have him. He's even better realtor. So just so you guys know, you got really good people in your corner, and I know he's chomping at the bit here. I do want to let you guys know that we will not be on next Tuesday. Just a heads up, I am taking my way better half, and I mean like way better half to Hawaii.
Cool.
I know, I'm super excited. We're going to fly in a tin can, like 4 hours over an ocean to land on an active volcano. It sounds like a really good time.
You'll love it.
Absolutely. But like, people are like, they're like, I love when people are like, I'm not daring, I'm not risky. I'm like, you're going to Hawaii? They're like, yeah. I'm like, you do know there's no earth under you for like ever, right? And you're in a tin can. But I'm here for it. Let's go, baby. I'm down. I'm excited. I'll do that with you guys when we get back. These people will put you in the best hands. So if you have questions, feel free to reach out to the team, even while we're gone. Happy to connect with you guys. I will be checking my email, of course, but I will keep my nose in the business it belongs, which is my wife. So taking her out there, I'm excited to share that with that time with her. Denise says she will be in Tampa. Love that. What else do we have to say? She says, Marcia, are you going to do my walkthrough with me, please? Ooh, I love that, Marcia.
Sure.
I haven't talked to her about that yet, Denise.
What just happened here? I was like,
well, I've been dying to see it, so I'm excited about it.
I thought Stacy just got fired live.
I'm taking my son to college on Sunday, and I'm going to be gone till Wednesday. Walkthroughs on Wednesday. So I thought, well, Juan could cover for me, but then I found out you're going to Hawaii. So
well, I would love to, because like I said, I've been hearing about Denise for like a year, and then you were telling me what awesome taste she has. So
yes.
I'd be more than happy to.
All right, cool.
Love it.
I'll let you know when that is on the calendar.
Okay, great. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks, Denise.
Those are the most exciting moments. I'm like, oh,
it's all about teamwork. Teamwork right there.
That's right. No, she's amazing. All right, y'all. Well, we love it. Thank you so much for connecting with us. Leave comments and questions afterwards. Happy to answer all legitimate questions and comments you guys put down below. It's just been such a blessing to serve you guys. Like I said, I can't believe that as of today, we've already helped as many people as we did all of last year. And last year was a record year for us. So thank you so much.
I'm so proud of us. That's awesome.
Yeah. And let's be real. We all know who's doing the work around here.
all of us.
Yeah, it ain't me. It ain't me. Like, I'm just being real. You guys are way better than we deserve. So we appreciate you guys. Thank you very, very much. Appreciate you. Thank you, Rocky Top. I appreciate that. Y'all, we always say it every single night. Let's sign them off.
Go out and live that Tampa life.
That's right. Absolutely. Have a great night. Be blessed, y'all.